Is on. Mike has the mic on. All right, can we get a roll call, please?
Supervisor Boone?
Here. Yeah.
Supervisor Flores? Supervisor Ziegenmeyer?
Here.
Supervisor Baines?
Present.
Supervisor Stevens?
Here.
And if we could stand for the invocation by Carrie Brown of Bible Baptist Church.
Let's have a word of prayer. And Father, we are so thankful for the blessings that you give to us. I look around this room and see all the first responders. I pray that you would put a special hedge of protection around them. Thank you for their willingness to serve our community and the sacrifices that they put forth day to day, and we sure appreciate them. And then, Lord, we think about the decisions that are made and the impact of what is decided in this room and how it impacts the community. And I do pray that you'd give each one of the supervisors wisdom, instruction, guidance. And I pray that you would bless this community. Thank you for being a God that has given us life, and we praise you for that. And we pray that you would help us, Lord, to enjoy the life and give you glory for what you have done in our lives. For Jesus' sake we pray. Amen.
Amen. And if we can have Supervisor Stevens lead us in the pledge.
Okay. Salute. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So public comment. Members of the public will be allowed to address the board on items of interest to the public that are within the subject matter jurisdiction of the Board of Supervisors. State law provides that no discussion or action may be taken on any item not appearing on the posted agenda. Consent calendar. The consent calendar groups together, consent calendar groups together those items which are considered non-controversial or for which prior direction has been given to staff and that require only routine action by the board. The chair will advise the audience that matters may be adopted in total by one motion. However, the board may, out upon its option or upon request of a member of the public, consider any matter separately. All right, with that, we'll look for a motion to approve the consent.
So moved. Second.
We got a motion by Supervisor Baines, second by Supervisor Boone. Can we get a roll call, please?
Supervisor Boone?
Aye.
Supervisor Flores? Supervisor Ziegenmeyer?
Aye.
Supervisor Baines?
Aye.
Supervisor Stevens?
All right. Well, that motion passes for the consent calendar, and we will move up front for presentations. All right. You guys join us up front.
Will Scott Bowden please join the board to receive a service award in honor of your 20 years of service with Sutter County? Scott Bowden began his career with the Agricultural Commissioner's Office in March 2006 as an agricultural and standards biologist in the Pesticide Use Enforcement Division. In 2016, he was promoted to Deputy Agricultural Commissioner Sealer in the very division where he started, a role he continues to serve in today. As a key member of the department's management team, Scott plays a vital leadership role, helping guide programs, support staff, and ensure the highest standards of service to the agricultural community. He is widely recognized among his peers as an expert in his field and is frequently sought out for his knowledge and guidance. He has always played an important role in training state partners on numerous occasions. He was honored as the department's Employee of the Year in both 2010 and 2014. Scott's strong work ethic, deep expertise in pesticide use enforcement, and unwavering dedication to the citizens of Sutter County make him an exceptional public servant. Congratulations, Scott, on 20 years of faithful service to the agricultural community in Sutter County.
Come on down here, Lisa. Test.
Good afternoon, everybody. Lisa Herbert, Sutter County Ag Commissioner. I just want to say that Scott is one of the great employees of Sutter County that is always dependable, reliable, loyal, and we couldn't do our work without him. He has saved me in more ways than I can imagine. He's an expert in pesticide use enforcement, and he keeps up on all laws and regulations that change all the time, right, farmers. And so anyways, we want to congratulate Scott on 20 years because he's exceptional. Thank you.
Let's get a picture. Yeah, well, first of all, Scott is one of the many reasons why we have probably, I would say, easily one or number two ag departments in the state of California. It's because of this group. Seriously, we're either number one or number two. It's because the team. Great job, guys.
And everybody's here for Scott.
Will Fire Services please join the board to receive a proclamation recognizing March 23rd through the 27th, 2026 as First Responder Wellness Week in Sutter County.
Guys, come on down, firefighters.
Yeah, well,
Come on down.
yeah, will the fire department come down, please?
Aaron. Come on down, guys. Ben! Come on down, guys. Squeeze it in.
First responders, including law enforcement officers, firefighters, emergency medical services personnel, 911 dispatchers, correctional officers, and members of other organizations in the public safety sector come together to protect and aid our community in the event of an emergency. First responders risk their life and safety every day in the performance of their duties to protect our citizens. They are tasked with handling dangerous and complicated situations. Nationwide, law enforcement officers will go through an average of 188 critical incidents throughout the course of their career. They often experience stress that has real physical impacts, including cardiac issues, diabetes, obesity, and sleep issues. They are up to 25.6 times higher risk for developing post-traumatic stress disorder when compared to individuals without such experiences. First responder wellness includes management of issues, including but not limited to sleep, fitness, nutrition, fatigue, anger management, post-traumatic stress, and loss. Research shows that fostering a strong wellness culture inside first responder agencies enhances relations within the communities they serve. We recognize the integral role first responders play in our communities and the benefits derived from their hard work, commitment, sacrifice, and unhesitating dedication. The Sutter County Board of Supervisors do hereby proclaim the week of March 23rd through the 27th, 2026 as First Responder Wellness Week in Sutter County.
All right, one thing about these individuals up here, when it comes to first responders, I would say 99 out of 100 times they're the very first ones there. Literally, they're there, whether it's a car accident or something horrific at home or whatever's going on. They're the first ones there helping save lives, console, and there's a lot of good and there's a lot of tragic. But these guys are always there and they never skip a beat, and we're lucky to have these fine individuals up here, especially here in Sutter County. Thank you guys for what you do. Thank you, guys.
Will Richard Epperson and Carlos Del Rio please join the board to receive certificates of recognition for your exceptional service to the residents of Sutter County?
This is Carlos right here. That's-
The Sutter County Board of Supervisors wishes to recognize Richard Epperson, Interim Fire Chief, and Carlos Del Rio, Battalion Chief, for their exceptional leadership, dedication, and service to the residents of Sutter County. During a critical period of transition, your steady guidance, professionalism, and commitment to excellence ensured the continued effectiveness, stability, and integrity of the fire department. The Board of Supervisors expresses its sincere gratitude for your contributions and commends you for your dedication to public safety and the well-being of our community.
I got to talk about these two because I don't care what time of the day it is. They're always there to fill us in, always there to lead. We're extremely proud to have you guys. We're honored to work, be right here in the county with you guys. You guys, you're great leaders. You're great public servants, and it's just amazing how much you love this community, and it shows in what you both do for this community. Always there. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Hi, Veronica Baumgardner, HR Director for Sutter County. I also just wanted to stand up here and say thank you to both of you. I know they probably don't like having to get calls from HR all the time or having to call, but I mean, the amount of information you guys have had to learn over the last 2 years working with us, all the rules, regulations. I just wanted to say I really appreciate both of you. Rich, I worked with you a lot, and just thank you truly for the time that you guys put in over the last, 2 years being down some staff. And I know personally my staff, we really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Can you keep them up there just for a second? I also, if I may, both Chief Del Rio and Chief Epperson have put in a gargantuan effort over the years, and especially the last couple years, and I just want to say thank you. They're always keeping me informed of incidents that are occurring throughout the county so I can inform the board so they're not surprised, and I just really appreciate their efforts and want to say thank you publicly. And then, if I may, before we move on to the next topic, Sutter County has a new fire chief, Kyle Long, who is here, and I was wondering if Kyle would come up maybe with the board and just briefly introduce himself, and so we can welcome him to Sutter County. Yeah, why don't you go ahead up front?
Well, hey. Well, you know what, Steve, I'm glad you brought him up because we were going to save that towards the end, but at least we have everyone here. So we're going to allow you to introduce yourselves. Introduce yourself because we're happy to have you on board.
Perfect. Thank you. Good afternoon. I wanted to start off by thanking County Administrator Smith for giving me this amazing opportunity. So I come to you all with over 20 years of fire service experience, and I truly am humbled and honored to serve as your fire chief. And I look forward to working closely with the citizens, the firefighters, and all of you. Thank you.
Will the Sheriff's Office and Fire Services please join the board to receive a proclamation recognizing April 12th through the 18th, 2026 as Dispatch Appreciation Week in Sutter County?
You get to hold it.
Emergencies can occur at any time that require police, fire, or emergency medical services. When an emergency occurs, the prompt response of law enforcement deputies, firefighters, and paramedics is critical to the protection of life and preservation of property. The safety of law enforcement deputies, firefighters, and paramedics is dependent upon the quality and accuracy of information obtained from citizens who call the Sutter County Dispatch Center. 911 first responders are the first and most critical contact citizens have with emergency services. They are the single vital link for law enforcement deputies, firefighters, and paramedics by monitoring their activities by radio, providing them information, and ensuring their safety. 911 first responders of the Sutter County Dispatch Center have contributed substantially to the apprehension of criminals, suppression of fires, and treatment of patients. Each dispatcher has exhibited compassion, understanding, and professionalism during the performance of their job in the past year. The Sutter County Board of Supervisors do hereby proclaim April 12th through the 18th, 2026, as Dispatch Appreciation Week in Sutter County, in honor of the men and women whose diligence and professionalism keep the county and citizens safe.
Wide angle picture?
Will Leah Northrup please join the board to receive a proclamation recognizing April 6th through the 12th, 2026 as National Public Health Week in Sutter County? The American Public Health Association has declared the week of April 6th through the 12th, 2026 as National Public Health Week. Since 1995, the American Public Health Association, through its sponsorship of National Public Health Week, has shared information with the public, policymakers, and public health professionals about issues important to improving the public's health. There is a significant difference in health status, such as obesity, behavioral health wellness, and the disease of addiction among people. A person's health status can differ drastically by zip code due to differences in the built environment, environmental quality, impacts of poverty, determinants of health, access to healthy food, education, and healthcare. Significant health disparities continue to exist, to include access to culturally competent healthcare and other support services. Public health professionals collaborate with partners outside of the health sector, including city planners, transportation officials, education officials, and private sector businesses, recognizing that other sectors can influence health outcomes. Public health professionals help communities prevent, prepare for, withstand, and recover from the impact of natural disasters and disasters caused by human activity, such as chemical spills. Preventable risk factors such as physical inactivity, nutritional deficiencies, tobacco use, and excessive alcohol use are leading causes of chronic disease. The Sutter County Board of Supervisors do hereby proclaim the week of April 6th through the 12th, 2026 as National Public Health Week, and call upon the people of Sutter County to observe this week by helping our families, friends, neighbors, coworkers, and leaders do better to better understand the value of public health.
You have any words?
Just thank you for recognizing public health and all your support.
Will Michelle Blake please join the board to receive a proclamation recognizing April 11th through the 17th, 2026 as Week of the Young Child in Sutter County, and a proclamation recognizing April 2026 as Child Abuse Prevention Month in Sutter County. Week of the Young Child, April 11th through the 17th, 2026. The development of children's cognitive, physical, social, and emotional, and language and literacy skills are rooted in their positive interactions with adults, peers, and their environment. Sutter County is home to over 7,000 children, aged birth through 5, a time when a child's brain undergoes its most rapid development, setting the stage for all future learning. High-quality early care and education help build strong developmental foundations for young children during the years of most significant brain development, leading to positive outcomes for individual children and helping them be better prepared for school and more likely to succeed in life. Over the past 25 years, Sutter County Children and Families Commission has been at the forefront of supporting early childhood services, advocating for policy change, supporting the professional capacity of providers, serving thousands of families, and investing over $26 million in the local community. It is essential to recognize and support the people, programs, and policies committed to high-quality early childhood education and care. The Sutter County Board of Supervisors call upon all citizens of Sutter County to recognize and celebrate the potential of our youngest residents during the Week of the Young Child, and to continue supporting efforts that provide high-quality early care and education, ensuring that every child in our community has the opportunity to thrive and succeed.
Michelle.
Sarah said keep it brief and brilliant. So on behalf of children 0 to 5 years of age in Sutter County and their families, we thank you for this recognition because they are our future.
And we do have one more proclamation. Yes. For Child Abuse Prevention Month. Ensuring the safety, well-being, and healthy development of children is a shared community responsibility and is essential to building strong families and a thriving future for Sutter County. And children deserve to grow up in environments that are safe, stable, and nurturing, free from abuse, neglect, exploitation, and violence. Research demonstrates that early family-centered prevention efforts, including education, connection to resources, and community support, are effective in reducing the risk of abuse and neglect before harm occurs. Early identification, timely intervention, and coordinated systems of care play a critical role in interrupting cycles of trauma and strengthening protective factors for children and families. Collaboration among families, community-based organizations, educators, healthcare providers, volunteers, and public agencies strengthens prevention efforts and promotes positive outcomes for children. In Sutter County, child abuse prevention is advanced through community-based efforts that support families early and connect parents and caregivers to resources that promote safe, stable, and nurturing environments. The observance of Child Abuse Prevention Month provides an opportunity to reaffirm our community's commitment to supporting families and promoting strategies that help children thrive. The Sutter County Board of Supervisors do hereby proclaim April 2026 as Child Abuse Prevention Month, with the theme Powered by Hope, Strengthened by Prevention, and recognize the importance of community involvement and Sutter County's ongoing commitment to prevention-focused collaborative efforts that support children and families.
Thank you.
Will Jennifer Dupre please join the board to receive a proclamation recognizing April 19th through the 25th, 2026 as National Crime Victims' Rights Week in Sutter County.
They think I tore my ACL. It's a good fashion statement.
Oh, here, come on in. Sorry. How are you?
I'm good.
Crime affects individuals, families, and communities in profound and varied ways, often leaving lasting physical, emotional, and social challenges. This year's theme of Listen, Act, Advocate underscores the importance of offering safe spaces for victims to be heard, providing trauma-informed services, and ensuring rights are upheld throughout the criminal justice process. Listening to survivors is the foundation of victim advocacy, building trust, fostering healing, and ensuring services are guided by the real needs of those impacted by crime. Through action, we respond quickly and compassionately when someone reaches out for help. Action includes educating our community, engaging stakeholders, and implementing policies that prioritize victim safety and dignity. Advocacy confronts injustice and pushes for meaningful change so that every survivor feels seen and heard. The Sutter County Board of Supervisors do hereby proclaim the week of April 19th through the 25th, 2026 as National Crime Victims' Rights Week. This proclamation reaffirms our commitment to ensure every victim is heard, every voice matters, and every community stands together in support of healing and justice.
All right, who wants this talk? Our district attorney.
So our Victim Services Manager, Monica O'Neill, is in training. So I am reading this on behalf of her and her amazing team who are here with us. The Victim Services staff offered services to over 2,783 victims of crime last year, 2025, in Sutter County. In addition to court support, information about the criminal case, and education about the criminal justice system, victim advocates provide victims with resources within the community, as well as services available through the California Victim Compensation Program. This includes mental health treatment, relocation assistance, home security improvement, and funeral or burial costs, among other things. In honor of National Crime Victims' Rights Week, we will be hosting our Day of Remembrance in memory of those lost to violent crime in Sutter County and in honor of their family and friends who have had to endure the grief of losing their loved one to senseless violence. We extend an invitation to the board and the public to join us. The ceremony will be held on Friday evening, April 24th at 6:30 p.m. at the Veterans Hall, 1425 Veterans Memorial Circle. Victor Duenas, the brother of homicide victim Blanca Duenas, will be our guest speaker at the event. Thank you for recognizing this special week and the amazing staff in Victim Services. And I will say that I have worked in other counties with other victim service advocates, and I think that the ones here in Sutter truly are the most caring, and they do phenomenal jobs. So I want to thank all of you.
So when do you see the orthopedic surgeon?
I actually saw him this morning. I have an MRI next week and then the follow-up the week after. But I was practicing for a DECA Spartan in 2 weeks that I now clearly am not going to be able to do.
I'm not doing anything for a year.
Will Ayla Elkins please join the board to receive a proclamation recognizing April 19th through the 25th, 2026 as National Library Week in Sutter County?
Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Hi. I see some of your board here. I see.
Libraries spark creativity, fuel imagination, and inspire lifelong learning, offering a space where individuals of all ages can explore new ideas and be drawn to new possibilities. They serve as vibrant community hubs, connecting people of knowledge, technology, and resources, while fostering civic engagement, critical thinking, and lifelong learning. They provide free and equitable access to books, digital tools, and innovative programming, ensuring that all individuals, regardless of background, have the support they need to learn, connect, and thrive. Libraries partner with schools, businesses, and organizations, connecting the dots to maximize resources, increase efficiency, and expand access to essential services, strengthening the entire community. They empower job seekers, entrepreneurs, and lifelong learners by providing access to resources, training, and opportunities that support career growth and economic success. They nurture young minds through story times, STEAM programs, and literacy initiatives, fostering curiosity and a love of learning that lasts a lifetime. They protect the right to read, think, and explore without censorship, standing as champions of intellectual freedom and free expression. Dedicated librarians and library workers provide welcoming spaces that inspire discovery, collaboration, and creativity for all. Libraries, librarians, and library workers across the country are joining together to celebrate National Library Week under the theme, Find Your Joy. The Sutter County Board of Supervisors do hereby proclaim the week of April 19th through the 25th, 2026 as National Library Week. During this week, we encourage all residents to visit their library, explore its resources, and celebrate all the ways that the library draws us together as a community.
Linda, come on down. Friends of the library, we're glad to have Linda here with us. Thank you. Thank you for what you do.
Will Molly Bloom and museum volunteers please join the board to receive a proclamation recognizing April 19th through the 25th, 2026 as National Volunteer Week in Sutter County. Volunteers collectively demonstrate their power to make a difference and are an inspiration for all of us. We honor Sutter County Museum volunteers during National Volunteer Week. Volunteers are an invaluable resource. They are the catalysts that create positive changes in our community by bringing their compassion, time, ideas, talents, and technical skills and professional expertise to strengthen and help our county flourish. They mentor our children, promote and support the arts, philanthropy, historical preservation, and civic engagement. These contributions improve the lives of all residents and help maintain our local economy. They are individuals, families, workers, retirees, and community members of all ages and backgrounds whose contributions are making Sutter County a more desirable place to live, work, and visit. Over the past year, the Sutter County Museum volunteers have contributed nearly 5,000 hours to help support the museum. The Sutter County Board of Supervisors do hereby proclaim April 19th through the 25th, 2026 as National Volunteer Week. We thank the Sutter County Museum volunteers for their selfless service and encourage all residents to get involved and connect to the myriad of opportunities available and to be the catalyst at the center of the change they want to see.
One thing, if you get a chance at the end of the year, they have their great big fundraiser, and it's a fun event during Christmas, first Friday of December. You do not want to miss it, December 4th this year. Don't miss it. It's a lot of fun, great food, and you'll see what all these individuals do when they volunteer. It's absolutely amazing. And it's not just them. Their families take part. Their families help out, so it's a whole deal.
Thank you, Supervisor Ziegemeier. I did just want to say a few words and thank all of our volunteers at the museum. I think that people don't always realize how much work goes into running the museum, and with a small staff team, we're really grateful to our volunteers for all that they do, from helping with exhibits and public programs, serving on the nonprofit board, providing their service at the front desk, answering questions for visitors, helping people enjoy their visit, running field trips, and so much more. I don't think I could list it all. And as was in the proclamation, the volunteers donated about 5,000 hours, which, using the California volunteer rate for last year, is over $200,000 worth of skilled service to the museum. So I would really like to thank them for all of their work to help the museum, and to thank the board for recognizing everyone here today.
Thank you, Molly.
You guys are awesome.
You guys. Thank you.
Will Elena Lopez and Rose de la Torre please join the board to receive a proclamation recognizing April 2026 as Community College Month?
Hey, come on down. How are you?
Yuba College served 9,966 students in the 2024-2025 academic year and granted a total of 831 degrees and 540 certificates, and serves a diverse student population with more than 140 students receiving military benefits, 2/5 of their students identifying as Hispanic, and nearly half of their students residents of Yuba and Sutter counties. Yuba College was named amongst the top 200 community colleges in the nation in 2025 and eligible to compete for the $1 million Aspen Prize. This nomination recognizes that out of the more than 1,100 community colleges in the nation, Yuba is amongst the best in helping students to get into their college, stay on their journey, and complete their educational goals. Yuba College was certified silver status from the Institute for Evidence-Based Change for the work done by Yuba's Caring Campus team. The certification recognized their commitment to institutionalizing caring practices that strengthen student belonging, connection, and success. Yuba College's classified professionals led the project and continue to implement initiatives that are evidence-based and drive a culture of care at Yuba College. Yuba College's manufacturing and welding program students competed in the Project MFG National Competition, testing their advanced manufacturing, computer numerical control machining, and additive technology abilities. Yuba's team succeeded in winning the qualifying round, the regional round, and came home national champions, recognizing their talent as the best. The team was awarded $100,000, with half going directly to the students and the other half directly to the program. Yuba College's team win was featured in the New York Times, bringing additional national attention to our community. Yuba College's athletics programs continue to support additional student success and build a culture of excellence. In 2025, the women's softball team was a repeat Golden Valley Conference champion and would go on to the state tournament and take third place. In 2026, the men's basketball team clinched their 18th Bay Valley Conference title under the leadership of head coach Doug Cornelius. Yuba College is commended for the enrollment growth they are experiencing. The 2025 to 2026 academic year is the largest enrollment in their history and is a testament to the work done by all employees at Yuba College to fulfill their important mission to create an employable workforce for Butte, Placer, Sutter, and Yuba counties. The Sutter County Board of Supervisors do hereby recognize Yuba College during the month of April 2026 in honor of Community College Month.
On behalf of Yuba College and the associated students of Yuba College, I would like to thank you for this recognition. Thank you so much. Oh. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
All right, with that, we are going to move on to public hearings.
Public hearing to consider adoption of an ordinance establishing 45-mile-per-hour speed limits for South Butte Road starting at Irwin Avenue and ending at Moorhead Road. Waive the full reading, direct the clerk to read the title only, and continue the item to the meeting of April 28th, 2026 for adoption.
It's from...
Good afternoon, Chair and Supervisors. So the item before you is a speed limit that the department was requested to study along South Butte Road west of the community of Sutter. So it goes from the road Irwin to Moorhead. The staff report package includes the engineering and traffic survey that was completed by my staff. Some interesting information is it shows a traffic volume of about 730 vehicles going along the roadway segment. And then previous to the study, the road had an unposted speed limit, which according to the ordinance code would make it 55 miles an hour. Throw the recommended action in front of your board today for consideration based on the data that we gathered was a recommended speed limit of 45 miles per hour over this segment. Just to the east of it, once you get to Irwin Avenue to Acacia Avenue, the speed limit is already posted at 35 miles an hour through ordinance previously adopted by the board. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions you have.
We'll bring it back to, well, actually, we'll open up for public comment. No public comment. We'll close public comment. Bring it back to the board for discussion.
Through the chair.
Yes, sir.
Move to approve.
All right.
Second.
We have a motion by Supervisor Baines, second by Supervisor Stevens. So like I said, I want to go on record. I agree with the 45. You know, small community, a lot of people drive pretty quick down there, and they're excited that they saw this on the agenda for the drop of the speed limit. So let's watch how this thing goes for the first, for the next year, and see if we have to get back here and drop it down to even 35. So a lot of people, especially with Irwin Road, the community going in there of 17 homes right off of Irwin, it's going to bring a little more traffic. You never know how many people make a right going west. So can we get a roll call, please?
Supervisor Boone?
Aye.
Supervisor Flores? Supervisor Ziegenmeier?
Aye.
Supervisor Baines?
Aye.
Supervisor Stevens?
Aye.
Motion passes. Moving on to item number 13.
Before we move on, I'll just read the ordinance for
please
the
do,
last one.
yes.
An ordinance of the County of Sutter amending the Sutter County Ordinance Code by adding to section 1100-100 relating to the prima facie speed limits. Public hearing to consider adoption of an ordinance establishing 50-mile-per-hour speed limits for Riviera roads starting at Larkin Road and ending at Matier Road. Waive the full reading, direct the clerk to read the title only, and continue the item to the meeting of April 28th, 2026 for adoption.
Once again, Neil with the Development Services. So this is a traffic study that staff performed as a result of traffic accidents that were occurring in the vicinity of Larkin Road and Riviera. So the data that we determined is that, once again, it had an unposted speed limit of 55 miles an hour. We looked at the intersection of Riviera and Larkin. There's an aerial that's included within your staff report packet, and it actually shows that part of the intersection is the property of the city of Live Oak. Part of the property is the property of Sutter County. We didn't find that the traffic study didn't find that there were enough accidents at the intersection that would warrant or meet the warrants for providing a four-way stop. But instead, we did gather the data that shows that there should be a recommendation for a reduction in the speed limit on the section of Larkin. The sheet that's presented and included in your staff report shows that a relatively significant traffic volume on Larkin Road in excess of 3,800 vehicles per day. What we've come to find is that traffic is utilizing Larkin Road all the way from 99 down into Yuba City to parallel Highway 99 and avoid some of the delays that sometimes happen on the state highway system. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions your board may have.
To the chair.
We're going to open up to public comment. No public comment. We'll close public comment, open up back to the board for discussion.
Yeah, to the chair. Neil, thank you for performing that study. There has been a few accidents at that location. I don't know what we got to do, but I got a feeling we really need that stop sign there because it's a straight shot for probably 5 miles. And it's kind of a back road and people exceed the speed limit. And during the walnut season and peach season, that road is significantly impacted by a lot of traffic. So if we came back and did the study anywhere from August up till maybe October, I think you're going to probably double those numbers. So that's why I requested to put the possible stop sign there, but maybe we'll come back and address that this summer. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Any other discussion?
I'd like to.
It's your district, Supervisor. so,
Yeah, I'm happy. I'd like to make a motion to approve.
Okay. Second. We got a motion by Supervisor Boone, second by Supervisor Stevens. Can we get a roll call, please?
Supervisor Boone?
Aye.
Supervisor Flores? Supervisor Ziegenmeier?
Aye.
Supervisor Baines?
Aye.
Supervisor Stevens?
Aye.
An ordinance of the County of Sutter amending the Sutter County Ordinance Code by adding to Section 1100-100 relating to the prima facie speed limits.
All right. Thank you. Moving on to item number 14.
Public hearing to consider and approve the fiscal year 2026-27 roadwork plan in the amount of $8,346,613 for proposed expenditures for county road purposes, adoption of a resolution authorizing the expenditure of the county's allocated share of the road maintenance and rehabilitation account funds created by Senate Bill 1, and estimated at $4,929,249 to fund the work plan.
Good afternoon. Once again, Neil Hay from Development Services. So the item that's being presented, the table, is a listing of the roadwork plans and bridges that we would expect to work on in the coming fiscal year. I'm happy to go through and kind of itemize or specify some of the particular projects, but the top section is all the bridge replacements, with the number one being the Sanders Road Bridge. Your board previously approved the bid package. We have since that time been able to secure a letter of credit format that the State Department of Fish and Wildlife requires in order to allow us to secure the environmental mitigation. That letter of credit will be coming back before your Board of Supervisors. We have to provide it to the Auditor Controller and the Treasurer Tax Collector. And then we'll be able to put that project out to bid so that the work can occur this summer. So once again, that's why it would be fiscal year 26 and 27. The other items are federal aid bridge replacements that we are continuing to work on. With those projects, the federal government provides 88.53% of the funding. The county provides a local match in order for the work to continue. And this is to complete design and environmental permitting for those projects. For the road improvements, there is a secondary list that actually lists the various roads within each of the districts, and I'll get to that next, but we are planning to do seals, cape seals over approximately 5 miles of county roads, do overlays over just under 5 miles of county roads. We're planning to do a pavement assessment by consultant that would allow us to gather pavement scores, condition scores for our roadways, which help within the software. That's becoming a condition of applying for funding through SACOG, our MPO down in Sacramento. We once again list the Keys Road Railroad Crossing. That project's been in the works for a number of years. We've been working with the PUC and the UPRR, and we're expecting to go to construction with their approval. We're pending their approval of the documents, and then we'd be able to go to construction. We have a maintenance and modernization project. This was previously a project awarded through SACOG. Our department sought the funding for construction. It's about $5 million in construction once we can get through the environmental documents and get the approval to proceed. So that would be a significant project. The Riego Road project, previously I've made presentations to your board about the work along Riego Road. This pertains to the traffic signals. So there are 3 traffic signals at Locust Road, Pleasant Grove North, and Pleasant Grove South. Each one has a construction cost approximately $4 to $5 million. Placer County is the lead agency for the 3 jurisdictions that are partnered together, and they have a consulting contract that they're managing. They expect to complete the right-of-way acquisition this coming fiscal year, and then there would be meetings among the affected agencies to look at the construction funding and proceeding with that. The South Butte Road is a pipe replacement from a previous bridge replacement project that just needs to be addressed. And then we've listed a project, FDR on Housley Road is the full depth reclamation of Housley Road from State Route 99 to Natomas Road. It's a road that sees significant truck volume traffic, and consequently the asphalt has deteriorated significantly. So instead of just being able to do an overlay, we actually have to grind up all the asphalt and then restore the base and then put new asphalt down. This would just be the design and analysis phase to determine the proper cross-section. The final few items, cost sharing on culvert replacement, which I think everyone's been aware of. And the second item there is the Beta culvert repairs. So your board previously approved the agreement. Subsequently, myself and one of our road supervisors met with representatives from Beta. We've identified 7 culverts that they are seeking to begin replacing, some this fiscal year, and then certainly even more so next fiscal year. Your board had previously approved the majority of the $400,000 comes from available Calpine funds. And then finally, we have our road yard down in Trowbridge. So this is the yard that we've done design work, and we'll be bringing the bid package to do all the site work so that we can renovate and expand our road yard in support of the Lakeside to Sutter Point project. This facility is just a little bit southeast of the East Nicholas High School. It's about 3.3 acres, and it is going to become critical for serving the south part of the county for the growing needs of our community as Lakeside, the residential, and even future industrial commercial comes on board with the infrastructure, the roads, the storm drains that will be developed with the project. We can go to the next table real quickly, and we'll just kind of look at the roads that we are recommending for approval for road work. So we have some roads in District 3, Lytle Road. We have roads in District 5 along Berry Road and Garden Highway. Roads in District 1 that would get to seals are on Clark and Schroeder, Cray, and then 2nd Street here in Yuba City, kind of along the airport down to the Sheriff's Training Facility. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions you might have.
All right, thank you, Neil. We're going to open up to public comment. Our public hearing, no public comment. Close it, bring it back to the board for discussion. Yes, sir.
Okay, Neil, I got a couple of questions. And so you said Pease Road, Pease, I think you meant Paseo Road. Is that the road bridge we're talking about?
The Sanders at Larkin.
No, we got Sanders. And then you said something about Pease or Paseo. You said Pease Road, we got some kind of funding. I think you meant Paseo because we don't have a bridge there.
No, we definitely don't have a bridge on Pease. We do have a bridge on Larkin.
We got Larkin and Sanders.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move to that. Since we had that approved, and now you're pushing it to the 26-27 calendar. So is it saying that it might be able to get done this year? Or we're looking at 27?
So because the work ideally will get started in 25, 26, but it will carry over into 26, 27, we have to budget for it and list it on the road plan.
So that one didn't go through the SB1 funds?
So it does go through SB1 funds, and so what's included in your packet is a resolution that gets submitted to the state showing that we're going to spend that money for that project.
Okay. And then I have a question regarding the asphalt grindings. I had a couple of calls. People want to know when you're getting ready to start these roads, you're going to grind them. Are we going to use them for shoulders, or are we planning on just getting rid of them? I don't know. I said I think it would probably behoove us to use them as shoulder grindings, but I'm not sure where you're going with this.
So Quite often, and with, for example, with the current contract, we actually are taking some of the grindings for the county that we'll be utilizing for gravel roadways. So we put them down on gravel roads. Yes.
Great idea. Thank you. With that, I'd like, go ahead, Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you. Going back to the other slide, just for my own curiosity and to let the public know, how many of those jobs, Neil, might we complete this year? The bridge, will it be completed?
So the Sanders Road Bridge, we expect to have complete by June 30th of 27. So the issue will be the way the weather comes at the winter. Ideally, we'd like to be done with the in-ground work by November 1st. The challenge there is that we have to realign an RD 777 ditch. So we have to get that done before the winter rains and the weather. But if so, either way, we should finish the work in the fiscal year 26-27. The other bridges are all federal aid, and we would expect to start the construction of one because of the way the federal funding works. We'd look to start the construction of one, ideally the Larkin Bridge, in summer of 27.
Okay. So the tow bridge yard rehabilitation, will that be done?
So the site work will all be done. It will be coming, like I said, through your board probably in the next month to put out the bid. And then we have to build a building and essentially do all the tenant improvements. So I think that ultimately it's going to take until June of 27 to complete everything. But the site work will all be done probably before October of this year.
So there'll be more money coming from for that facility?
Yes.
Next year, okay. Anything else being completed besides the road repair? Let's see.
So the PCI score assessment will be done because then that will be utilized to essentially update the county's scores so that then we can apply for various funding programs through SACOG. The Keys Road Railroad Crossing should complete like I say, the environmental design phase of the maintenance and modernization project so that we could perform construction ideally next summer. The Oswald Road improvements, essentially design is done. That project was gonna come before your board as a future project for us to rehabilitate Oswald Road from State Route 99 to Railroad Avenue. The Riego baseline traffic signals, yeah, so the design is supposed to complete. That's been with Placer County for about 4 years now. And so then that will be, like I said, going into construction in summer of 27 is their estimate and expectation. And then the Housley Road, so the design will finish this year, and then the construction would be in next year's road plan so that it could be done in the summer.
Going back to the Riego Road stoplights, didn't I see someplace where Placer County had gotten a grant for those lights?
So they ended up getting $1 million for improvements along Riego baseline. Like I said, the approximate estimate for all the work is closer to $15 million. So the $1 million is helpful, but it won't pay all the costs.
There wasn't some money for 3 lights in there.
It was $1 million. So I actually got on the congressman's website that made that announcement, and $1 million was allocated.
Okay, thank you.
All right, with that, we're gonna bring it up, looking for a motion.
Let's make a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a motion by Supervisor Boone, second by Supervisor Stevens. Can I get a roll call, please?
Supervisor Boone?
Aye.
Supervisor Flores? Supervisor Ziegenmeyer?
Aye.
Supervisor Baines? Supervisor Stevens?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Presentation of the 2025 Sutter County Domestic Violence Council and Child Abuse Prevention Council Annual Report.
All right. Good afternoon, Honorable Chair, members of the board. I'm Josh Thomas, the HHS Branch Director overseeing Children's Services. Thank you for the opportunity today to present on the Domestic Violence and Child Abuse Prevention Council 2025 Annual Report. Next slide, please. All right, the purpose of the Sutter County Domestic Violence Council and Child Abuse Prevention Council, known as DVCAPC, you'll hear me use that acronym, is to significantly reduce all forms of domestic violence and child abuse by creating and fostering a caring community wherein domestic violence and child abuse in all forms is understood to be completely unacceptable. The that should be DVCAPC, but DVCAPC council members include a multidisciplinary team and also community members. We strive to try and get community members, which has been a bit of a challenge, but includes Sutter County Probation Department, Sutter County Victim Services, Casa de Esperanza, Sutter County Sheriff's Office, Yuba City Police Department, Sutter County Health and Human Services Children's Services Branch, Child Welfare Services, Sutter County Superintendent of Schools, Sutter Yuba Behavioral Health, and the others that are mentioned there as well. The DVCAPC goals, the council adopted comprehensive goals and objectives. For each goal, the council committee is established and charged each year with the accomplishment of each of the objectives necessary to complete the goal. In 2025, the goals and corresponding committees of the Domestic Violence Council and Child Abuse Prevention Council were as follows. Number 1, the Organization Committee. Number 2, the Response and Stats or Statistics Committee. Number 3, the Community Education and Prevention Committee. So the first committee, Organization Committee. In 2025, the Organization Committee continued recruiting efforts to engage community members to become regular members of the council. It's been a bit of a challenge. We recently completed an application. We tried a variety of other forms of engagement for community members, but we're circling back to paper and personal engagement. So if you know somebody that might be good, give me a call if you think they might be good to sit on the council. Community members are definitely welcome, and we want to grow that. The DVCAPC Council meets every other month. In 2025, the council monitored the membership, facilitated meetings to gather information regarding the reporting of DV or domestic violence related statistics in each agency, provided updates from each committee, as well as discussed new programs, services being offered, such as differential response or DR. The DR program that's contracted through Child Welfare Services. The DR program is in part, and it was supported by this council. The DR program is in part supported by CAPIT and CBCAP funds and in line with the CCFSR, which is our Child Welfare Child and Family Services Review for California. Sutter County Child Welfare Services started implementation of the Differential Response Program in November 2024, further ramping up and completing implementation of DR services through 2025. DR allows social workers to focus more timely on families with greater needs while also offering preventative services to at-risk families. So there's 3 pathways with DR. This is one of the prevention measures or approaches that we've used to prevent child abuse and neglect and domestic violence. But there's 3 pathways. The first 2 will go to, as you see there, 67% don't meet criteria for child welfare involvement. So it's preventative. Path 1 and Path 2, you can send the DR folks in and they can provide counseling, parenting education, and also kind of linkage and brokerage to community support. So that's a helpful way to move forward. Then path 3 is, when it's unsafe, child welfare is getting involved. Okay, and then the Response and Statistics Committee. So the committee has members, Yuba PD or Yuba City Police Department and the sheriff and Casa de Esperanza that provide statistics directly to the committee. And that occurs during every meeting. So that's what you're seeing reflected here. And you'll see the blue bars are total DV incidents or domestic violence incidents. And the orange bars are DV where children were present or that involved children as well. And then you'll see the trend line there. So with the PD, for their response area, the trend line's kind of been stepping down over the last several years since 2022. Next slide. Sutter County Sheriff, year in review for this year. Same setup with the orange and the blue bars and the trend line. You'll see it slightly going up. And I also just want to note last year, when we were looking at the data, that trend line was going up more steeply in the rural areas. So down in the city, up in the county. So because they have different response areas, we know it's our people that may have transportation issues, or if a rural area is growing. We kind of mentioned how Live Oak's grown a lot. I wonder if some of that's part of that situation, which is causing it to increase in the rural areas. But it's flattened out a bit with 2025, so that's notable. And then also the Casa de Esperanza data, same setup. You see the trend line there. They may be some overlap with these numbers in that, you know, the PD and then the sheriff kind of have their response areas that are pretty well delineated, but CASA's kind of serving everybody, you know, so there may be some overlap or duplication, but it's kind of a good measure to look at. The overall trend there is slightly going up. Okay, and then this is just a side-by-side analysis of that information that was reported by those agencies during our DVCAPC committee. And you'll see the proportions remain about the same, pretty similar. And again, there is there for sure is overlap with the green portion, so don't look at it as a total. Okay, and then agency totals per year. So if you look at, so as you can see, total incidences reported have decreased 17% from previous years, bringing the number down to 2022 levels. Incidents involving children have also decreased 10% over the last year. However, the number of incidences involving children is still higher than the 2022 numbers. Ongoing community awareness resources to support affected families is still needed. So the next slide, I know Supervisor Stevens had a question last year during last year's presentation, and the question was a great question. How do we compare to local counties or regional counties in the state on average? And so our HHS director and our public health officer, Dr. Liu and Sarah, went ahead and got some epidemiological data crunched, and we're able to present with this chart here. So you'll see the California overall, that kind of that violet-y blue, kind of right there through the middle. You'll see Yuba County in green. They kind of drop down a bit there. You'll see Butte with the orange, and then you'll see Sutter County there. We've increased over 2020, and then there seems to be a bit of a dip after 2023. But that increase has kind of brought us on par with Butte and around Yuba. Now there's another angle on this epidemiological data if you go to the next slide. Now this one's just the sheriff departments, you know, so you'll see Yuba County has a lot of reporting there. I'm not sure the details here, but my understanding is, I don't know if there's a reporting issue there with those really high numbers or if that's accurate, but it makes me wonder because it's so far off for Yuba County. However, Nevada, Placer, Yolo, Yuba, Sutter, you'll see the trend there. And again, you also see the same reflection for Sutter County, where it kind of moves up and it's about on par with where Butte is and kind of in that ballpark. Go ahead, Dr. Liu.
So it is accurate. So the previous graph was two local enforcement agency reporting, Yuba City Police Department and the Sheriff Department combined, and it's similar for all the other neighboring counties reporting, right? So we call them LEAs, and this is directly from the California Department of Justice publicly available domestic violence database. You're like, well, where's 2025 data? It's always usually a lag, so we always have to wait at least 9 months to 12 months before we can get that data. So that's why we're always about a year behind. But unfortunately, yes, Yuba County is, as you can tell within the sheriff data, always the highest outlier there at 481.9 cases per 100,000. So we're comparing apples to apples because it's a rate. And then you see kind of next down there, it's 199.2 is Nevada County. And then we get to essentially Sutter County and Placer County in the kind of deep gold there. Okay.
Thank you for that clarification, Dr. Liu, much appreciated. So that's one thing to also kind of keep in mind with our Sutter Yuba Behavioral Health Services overall, also serving Yuba County. So with that data being accurate, looks like there's a an area to focus on there or help support across the river, at least with our behavioral health services. Something to think about. Moving on to the next slide. Okay, Community and Education Prevention Committee, that's the third committee. It's spearheaded by Casa de Esperanza, and then our Children and Families Commission, Team Michelle's out there. They do an amazing job. And together they provided an array of informational and preventative supports. Tabling at events and schools, online social media, on-site training, family strengthening programs, printed materials. There's a list, a pretty substantial list of prevention activities that have been occurring, and that's all inside the report itself. That's kind of worth a walkthrough. Next slide. And then the recommended goals for 2026 are, as you see here, spreading awareness in this way as we move forward with these 5 goals. And then the next slide and last slide. And just a reminder, it was great. Thank you so much for the Child Abuse Prevention Month proclamation. And just a reminder to everybody else, April is Child Abuse Prevention Month. You may see pinwheels around town. The pinwheels represent the bright future every child deserves. One thing you can do is wear blue and then kind of talk about it, display pinwheels. Have a conversation about the fact that child abuse is preventable. And if you kind of want to arm yourself with a little bit of information around that, go to preventchildabuse.com and kind of breeze through some of that information. Thank you so much for the opportunity to present today.
Yes. I just want to thank you, and I appreciate you putting those numbers together, because it does really help at least me to compare other counties to see how Sutter County is doing comparatively with other counties, and so thank you.
That's a great question, and all Dr. Lou and Sarah and the health department.
All right, thank you very much, and we are going to move on to item number 16.
Thank you, Honorable Chair and Supervisors. Steve Smith, County Administrator. I just wanted to mention this Friday at the museum from 5 to 7 is the opening of the Beyond the Five Rivers art exhibit that celebrates Punjabi pioneers and related art. And also wanted to mention, oh, by the way, there's food, refreshments, all kinds of good things there, so it's always a good time. So if you can make it, please come out. And then our budget study session, which we had scheduled for yesterday, but we moved it due to a scheduling conflict, and it will be here in the council board chambers Wednesday, April 29th at 6 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. And now we're going to move on to district reports. All right, we'll start out on Supervisor Stevens.
Okay. Thank you, Chairman. I just would like to request a gold resolution for David Schmidl, retiring from the Yuba Sutter Mosquito Vector Control District. David Schmidl was appointed to the board on December 26, 1978. That's a long time. And his first meeting was January 1979. He is now retiring after 47 years on the board.
Would they put him on when he was 12? My gosh.
A year after I graduated.
Yeah. He's too young. He looks too young. All right. Thank you, Supervisor. Supervisor Boone?
Yeah, I've got a couple of individuals here that passed away. Ken McKelly, good friend, neighbor, racing family, and farmers here all throughout Sutter County. And then Jerry Reisenhoover, also from Live Oak, also big-time car salesman, and he was a good friend of the families, and I just wanted to put out some recognition and in regards to their passing. Thank you.
Thank you, Supervisor. Moving on to Supervisor Baines.
All right, so in honor of Vaisakhi today, I'd like to ask staff to look into acknowledging April as Sikh Heritage Month in perpetuity as we commemorate the founding or the marking the creation of Khalsa Panth by Guru Gobind Singh Ji in 1699. Also, I'd like to request a resolution or a certificate of recognition to be presented this Sunday at the Bog Road Gurdwara as they celebrate their second annual Nagar Kirtan in honor of Baisakhi. And lastly, if I could request something to present at the library for this Friday's event.
Thank you. All right.
Not
yes.
the library, sorry, at the museum.
The museum?
Yeah, I just, for Ken McKelly and Jerry Reisner, I'd like to get a letter out to their family from the Board of Supervisors if we could.
Absolutely. And I'd like to add on top of that, Jerry Reisner, gosh, I think I bought a few vehicles from Jerry. The one thing I loved about Jerry is he was from Live Oak. He worked at Hoblet Motors forever. He was a heck of a car salesman because he was personable. He wouldn't push anything on you. He's a great guy to deal with, and he'd always donate to all the communities around that he sold to. He was a great business guy. I'm gonna miss Jerry. I was sad to see that. And then Ken McKelly, same thing with Ken. Ken was a great guy, awesome, loved dealing with Ken. I was sad to hear him going on hospice and then passing. Mel Amaral. Mel, I think every one of us knows Mel. I've dealt with Mel for almost 30 years, selling parts and stuff to him. You know, he's a pretty good farmer. I was sad to see his passing. I'm gonna miss him. Like I said, he was a great donor, donated a lot to different organizations and schools and children throughout the organization. And also Sharon Jackson. I was sad to see her passing. Sharon was a great lady. Raised some great kids, you know, so let's send a letter out to her family as well. Sutter High School baseball went 4-0 in San Diego before the spring break. That's pretty awesome. The girls softball team went down, did pretty well down in Santa Maria. A lot of great baseball still going on, getting towards the tail end of playoffs. So just get out there and root them on. Great sports going on right now. Let's see here. So if we could, Steve, if we could start getting some 221s over our study session over grants. You know, we have talked about over the few meetings about grants looking for baseball fields on the property along Acacia Avenue, right there, looking for a grant writer for that. And for the emergency restrooms right there on Acacia at Sutter High in the parking lot there in a food cooking area. Earlier, we talked about Trowbridge, about East Nicholas. So high water, gosh, what is it? It seems about every 15, 20 years, we're moving equipment. You know, weather happened over the Orville Dam almost disaster when everyone moved out to Sutter, the Buttes moved to high ground. Well, the equipment goes there. And being able to have the right stuff for individuals, that's the restrooms, places to cook and so forth, because Sutter High is the area. And then when we talk about children, like I said, we had spoken to the grant writer who did the grants for Field of Dreams, both Reading and Manteca. And that'd be a great use of that property right there. Plus, it would allow us the access because we own it if we ever needed somewhere to commandeer during a high water year. If that happened, it's our property. Look into that. And then the other thing we want to talk about is, this is my first time talking about it, but a Sutter County Hall of Fame. Something I'd like to set up some study sessions about that with, or go 221s. We've had some extraordinary individuals come through Sutter County, great people, and we should showcase their story. And for the future, you know, for grandkids, great-grandkids, people. I believe in the past. I believe in looking and paying homage. We all do, and saying, look what they did before us, you know, and it's something we should talk about. Other than that, thank you everyone for coming out and bearing with us.
I'm going to approve the recommendations or the request.
Got a motion, and we have a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Meeting adjourned. We have a closed session. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Closed session, so if everyone that can't be here, you got to leave.
2 closed sessions. The first closed session is Conference of Legal Counsel, Anticipated Litigation. Initiation of litigation, number of potential cases 1, pursuant to Government Code Section 54956.9, Paragraph 4 of Division D. The second closed session is Conference of Labor Negotiators, Linda Durr and Veronica Baumgartner, Employee Organizations, POA, DSA, and Fire, pursuant to Government Code Section 54957.6.
So you're
serve
not
someone.
you're not talking
Not a building.
sport, no, sports, or
It could be someone.
it could be, yeah, it could be like
staff.
staff. So yeah, that's what I was thinking you were talking about, is just sports.
But you have to be from Sutter County. What I'm giving